Finally, the pass rush has come back to Buffalo. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to everybody to the Post Podium Podcast here tonight on the Built in Buffalo. Start the show.
Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we about to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. Everyone sick, make them pay me some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to 𝐬𝐮 and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes, voice of the critically thinking fan on the Built in Buffalo Network. I am your co-host, 𝐼𝐶.
Or the Keys, how y'all doing?
A little bit of a rush job setting up everything today, but look, we got a great show ahead of everybody right now, and I'm looking forward to all of the conversations. If you want to get in on the conversation and you want to join us on the show here and just have your voice heard, or if you got a question you want to get an upfront answer or right now back and forth with us, the call-in link for the show is right in the chat right now. It should be right in the middle there, right in that top hand section where you can still see it. Make sure that you either pin it yourself or write it down or something, right? Because you might need that. We might say something that might flame your brain, and you got to get in here and try to flame us.
I don't want to flame brains.
I'm trying to flame everything right now.
Damn.
I'm pretty hyped for no reason at all.
I see. You must have some coffee.
No, I didn't. I just get hyped to do the show because I love doing it.
Okay.
But anyway, how was your weekend, bro?
It hurt.
It hurt?
It hurt.
I agree.
Because this is the first weekend of my vacation, and that means no coffee. So,
ooh,
yeah.
You got the shakes?
No, brain was on. It sounded like it was uppercutting inside of my cranium. Just,
So you're not out there doing the crack dance?
No. I was like, can everybody just stop, please? Just but let's see.
Stop thinking. Just everybody, just please.
Yeah, I'm talking about voices in my everybody in my head. Please stop. So let's see. Friday night, got off relatively on time. Saturday, I got up at 1:15. So what does that tell you? It means I missed the first 15 minutes of the game. First real life 15 minutes of the game, And so I had to watch from there back. And then last night, I decided I was going to put on the beginning and try to watch that. So I did get through a whole game.
Okay.
So I didn't watch it 8 times like I usually do, but it's fine. I think I have enough that I can actually speak on. Yeah, yesterday went to mom's house for the first time in forever and chilled out with her and took Ken. Mom said I wanted wings. Took Ken. I said 50 wings. This is supposed to be me and mom. Whatever. This man.
Well, you was not lying about the wings.
No.
Dude. Every chance you get, you trying to slam them joints.
This man said, Dad, how many do I get? I said, what do you mean? Because garlic parmesan, I like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm on barbecue. I don't like barbecue wings. So you can have them.
Yeah.
And
don't like as if there was an option between like hot wings and barbecue, you would take the hot.
I'll take a hot.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like barbecue wings. So yeah.
I didn't think you didn't like them that much. I
mean,
you usually go with like the off flavors.
Yeah, I'll eat everything else. I don't like barbecue. It's just whatever.
It's basic.
Yeah, it's like not buffalo. You but so we divvy up, and I got my 20 here, and mom's got whatever, and she's making sides for herself. I'm like, I just wanted wings. I didn't care for sides.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Dad, can I get 2 of yours? Who are you talking to?
You ain't teach him already?
Grandma's there. I can do this. I said, okay, you can get 2. That's it. I'm getting some of the barbecue just because it's payback. This man went through like 13 wings. Yeah, he was like, I'm still good to go. I'm like, no, you're not eating any more wings. You're done.
What?
Yeah, he went through 13, and I don't know what my mom
That's
had.
Definitely your boy, man.
Yeah. He could have kept going. Because when we were driving, he said, Dad, I can eat 30, Dad. I said, no, you can't. No, you can't. I think he might be able to do 20. And I'm not going to find out, but I think he can.
Okay, Carlton agrees with you. Barbecue isn't wings.
Yes, I mean, if that's all you got, my greedy self will eat it. But it's for some reason, it feels like the cook. It feels like they cook them harder when they're barbecue to me too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think most places cook them hard. And I do hear a lot of people. We're about to do a whole nother show on chicken wings again. This is crazy.
But yeah,
but I do feel like a lot of places cook them hard because a lot of people like them like that. I personally like a juicier, saucier wing. That's just me.
And that's why I like that's what I liked about the 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 corner ones. They were juicy and they weren't saucy. But the wing itself, the cook was right. But the sauce, they could go back to. They got to go back to the rest of the shop on that one. But yeah, and yesterday I took Ken to play basketball, and
𝐼RO said, "Let him eat."
Let me eat 40 wings? No, I'm joking. But no, I like dry wings actually. It depends on like Cajun, dry rub Cajun.
No, like the inside of the wing is dry.
Oh no.
Yeah, like you could dry rub if the inside is juicy.
You're eating paper.
Yeah, like I can't. No. But again, when most places cook the wings hard, they don't cook it in a way that the inside is juicy. Like I've had perfectly cooked wings where it's a little crisp on the outside and juicy on the inside. Like that's the perfect wing. I'm always going back to that place, no matter what, right? Yeah. But if you give me a lemon pepper wing and it's dry on the inside, you will never see me again, ever in your life.
You just signed your own death certificate.
I am a ghost to you.
Yeah. Laura said, I'm not a big barbecue sauce fan myself. It's okay. Depending on what kind it is and what you're doing with it.
Yeah, what the sauce you put me on at Elmo's? It's like a Caribbean barbecue, Caribbean jerk, but it's something like that. Like
Cajun barbecue, yep.
Cajun barbecue, that's what it is. Like it's like a it's a spicy barbecue, but it's got like some other kind of
undertone.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like straight barbecue sauce. Yeah,
I don't do that. No. Like the closest I'll get to that is like the what is it, the honey mustard barbecue sauce.
Yeah, see, that's the honey mustard, the chipotle, the hickory barbecue. Yeah. Those are, but you just get barbecue sauce.
Straight barbecue? Nah, that's
not. What are you trying to do to me? I look at me kindergarten. Starter barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce is for people who can't stand hot.
Yeah, it's like I just want to be in a party, but I
really yeah.
It's like a Shirley Temple. Yeah.
Little club soda.
Little club soda. I'm included.
Oh my god!
I roll a Wingstop. Got them tough.
Do they really?
I've never been there.
I've never been there either.
I know my son got the. I'm laughing at the comments still. He got the tenders. But so they like the tenders, but I've never had the wings.
Every time I think about going there, it's always a 40-minute wait for everything.
Is it really?
Forget it.
It's like the Pizza Hut of wings. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. The Pizza Hut of wings.
Yeah, matter of fact, it's like the Little Caesars. It's almost like hot and ready.
Yeah. Okay, because I was about to say, like, Pizza Hut kind of stepped up a little bit for me.
Well, when I was making them pizzas, man, whoo.
Oh, well.
When I used to work there, I was chef. I used to get in trouble all the time.
What did you do to them?
It didn't look right to spec, so I started to add a little extra. I'm like, this ain't enough. There we go.
Oh my god!
And they're like, "Key, this ain't gonna cook." I said, "It's gonna cook. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine."
I structured it right. Just throw it in there, but trust me.
And I used to get tips. The people are like, "Who made this?" They be like, "Take it to the chef, $2, whatever." I'm like, "I'm not supposed to get tips, but whatever."
But see,
that's what I'm talking about. See, the 𝐾𝐶, the Memphis, and I know 𝐾𝐶. I'm not trying to diminish the 𝐾𝐶, but when we're talking about the derivatives of barbecue sauce. Adding it up a notch, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tommy said, "I don't know, it's a cheap barbecue sauce when the open pit thick and tangy barbecue sauce is damn good." Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like those, the derivatives. But if you're just getting, if the bottle says barbecue sauce, I'm putting it back. It's got to have some other words with it.
Fair. So I found out something new about flour yesterday,
like the actual cooking flour
this morning. Yes. So I made 20 patelillos yesterday. Half with cheese, half without. Right? And basic seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, put some sofrito in there, few other things. And I use flour for the shell, right? Because I don't want grease popping me in my face and destroying my life.
Yeah.
So
I understand that.
Right. So I get done cooking those, then I gotta chop up the ribs because we did the cookout for Junie's birthday celebration yesterday. So I finished with the finished cooking the batidos, and I go to do the ribs, get those done, and literally half an hour after I'm done cooking, all of this took us about an hour and a half to prepare and cook all this stuff. We did some corn on the cob, macaroni salad, and I think that was it. Not a lot, but enough for everybody to eat.
Enough.
And
get full. Sit down, shut up. Get full. Sit down, shut up.
right. Because Caitlin made a cake from scratch too, right? Okay. So, but anyway, I did not know this, but with flour, what happens is the particles of flour protein that get in the air from working with flour, cooking flour, when they get into your respiratory system in your lungs, some people's immune systems go and start attacking those proteins in the lungs, right? That's not it's not. I will neither confirm nor deny. Anyway, I'm a little too fat to be a crackhead.
Flour, cooking flour.
Yeah, right. You know the stuff. The stuff. Oh, this is so bad for TV. We're never gonna get into syndication,
but we will.
Yeah. Great. Now 𝐿 is calling me a flour huffer. Yeah. So anyway, Laura said on that powder. So anyway, it does produce an immense amount of histamine when that reaction happens in the body, and the body starts attacking those flour proteins. In the lungs.
Let me stop here. Does anybody, if you know what histamine is, put it in the comments. Not what it is, but say I know, because he taught me what histamine was. I thought antihistamine was just a drug name. I didn't know it was actually a thing. I thought he's like, yeah, the histamine. I'm like 24 years old. My mind is blown.
Ask Mac. He's actually seen me like just nod off from being on too many antihistamines.
I have too, but I'm like, I thought antihistamine was the drug name itself.
No, so okay, so real quick side story. So I've dealt with this since birth, and really because I changed my diet recently, I've been dealt with dairy product hay fever stuff that I used to have back when you first met me. I still had it back then, and then Caitlin changed my diet up and stuff, and I've been fine since. But every time I would eat cheese, yogurt, and milk in a day, it didn't matter what those products were in. If I had, too much of that stuff, I'd start to have hay fever, right? And now I don't have that anymore. But back to the flour deal. So the amount of histamine that creates, I needed to take 2 Zyrtec. I usually only need 1. And like Zyrtec is a lot. Like you can't take more than 2 in a 24-hour period. Right. So I had to take the max just to get this thing to slow down, because literally from about 5 o'clock all the way till almost midnight, right? Because Junie forgot his charger. We had to go drive that and bring that back to him. And then we got back to the house, and I got back to watching the game again, right? Just to refresh myself. And I didn't shut the game off until almost midnight. So from 5 something, so like about 6.5 hours. The whole time, just hay fever. And I'm hoping it's gonna pass. I'm hoping my body still. Took that second Zyrtec at about midnight, got to bed, woke up super groggy. I've been just dog tired all day. Like it is bad. I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again.
Well,
it's incredible.
Well, maybe wear a mask. I
don't even think of it, because a mask is not going to stop you 100% from breathing that stuff. It's in the air.
No, it might be. It might.
You think it's a concentration issue? Yeah,
it might limit your exposure. Direct exposure. Because when T does a guinea pig, she wears a mask because it screws her all the way up. Like she seizes up in her chest when she changes her hay. Wow. We had to change her hay, but before she was wearing a mask, no, she was getting some relief, even though it's in the air because you throw it in there and they run through it and all that. But I mean, if it's not overly affecting you when you're free faced, maybe a mask will help you do what you need to do. But Yeah, if you can avoid it.
I was just gonna say, I just prefer to be scarred for life and never touch it ever again.
Just avoid it if you
can. Simple as that. Just run away from everything. No.
You wear N95 while you're cooking. That'd be crazy. He's like,
yep,
crazy.
Yo, nobody would ever come in the kitchen or eat what I cook.
You know what I like though? When I'm watching, we got 2 laughing emojis in this. I've never seen.
Yeah.
I like that. If you like what we're doing, you ain't got to just thumbs up. Laugh at it. It's funny to me. This is what we like to do, you know. And part of what the show is about for people that haven't watched it or maybe not have watched it as many times as some. We're not just football. We talk about ourselves. We make fun of ourselves. We tell jokes. We are goofy because real life does not allow you to do so. So for people that just want to talk about football and just only football, this may or may not be the segment for you, but this will guarantee you something in this show you'll like.
Nico says sound like Darth Vader when cooking. Yeah, of course.
I am your father.
Chicken wings. I am your father.
Oh, who's your daddy?
Now you got to go Colt 45 on them. This chicken wings get a whole different attitude. You got to take the mask off and make love to the chicken wings.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. It always goes like that.
So did you do anything else special on your weekend, or was it just
what did I do Saturday? No. I mean, really just trying to make sure everything was ready for the cookout deal and you know, regular work schedule and all that. So
makes sense. Yeah.
I did have Saturday night. I had a fantasy draft for one of my. I don't know how I got sucked into this. Like I'm in like 6 different leagues now, and so one of them is the Post Podium Podcast Fantasy League. There's another Dynasty League that I was in. This Take-Two league that I've been trying to delete forever. This dude, I don't know what this dude does.
I don't think it's even live.
No, I don't think it is now, but it's a dynasty league.
Right. I don't think he's paid attention in years. I'm in there and it's just like,
yeah. But for some reason it gets locked the day after the league ends because like literally 3 weeks after the league ended, I tried to get out and I couldn't. The teams are finalized.
How does that use it?
Yeah. But I'm weird in that way. Like if I have notifications on my phone, like I have to get them out of there. I can't that is one of the few things about me that's kind of like borderline OCD. I don't like that. If I'm done with something, get it off my screen. I don't want to have to see. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and 2, you take fantasy very serious too. So you take it very serious.
Could have something to do with it, and you definitely do not. Like you literally auto drafted our whole.
No, I got some of my sleepers, but I forgot. I nodded off and woke up at 7:48. When Laura said, "Are you okay?" I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, I'm in trouble."
I got 3 picks in there, so I got 1, 2. I got another draft on the 22nd, and I got the podcast war league that's gonna be epic. I'm very excited for that. Wait. What happened to Reed's team? Did the feds crack down on it? Is that why Herman's nose white right now?
Yeah, where is it?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah. This is how rushed we were. I know. This is how rushed we were. I apologize for that.
I was going to ask you, but yeah.
I know. There's that.
No, yeah, I didn't mean to diminish the class of the podcast fantasy league that the first lady of Post Podium Podcast is graciously put together. I'm actually proud of her. She did her thing. You know, all the leg work. I said, yay, my league. Wait a minute. I'm propping you up. Erase it.
Whoa. No, we leave it up there now. No. I'm propagating the mess out of this thing.
Once.
There's $500 on the line. I am propagating the mess out of this
thing. I bet you are. But she did well because she talked about wanting to do it forever. This is something rattling around her head for about a year now, I think.
Real?
Yeah.
She just now told me about it.
Well,
see?
She likes me better than you, so erase it at once.
That's what it is.
No, but I think I was the first one to accept. And then she got some other folks, and so she's rolling.
Yeah.
So if you are a podcast, big or small, and you're interested in maybe rubbing shoulders with someone, not us, but some other bigger name folks.
Tommy's in there with us.
There's a couple other people. I won't say everybody because it's not confirmed yet, but there's a couple of bigger name folks in there that
we got some big confirmations today. I don't know if she wants me to say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it yet.
Yeah.
I'll let if she wants to say it, she can put it in the chat. But But yeah, so I mean, that's if you got a podcast, you got to have a podcast. I can see that you actually have episodes. I'll run it.
You actually have to have
because you start one now and then have like one episode is 5 minutes long. That's not really that's not classifying as a podcast. They made it back. Hey, I am. What is this about? Yeah, no.
Just like the camera starts, he gets caught.
It's shaking.
So yeah, football that does football things on. Watch these highlights, right? Oh shoot, the TV's off. Let me. and that's just 5 minutes of that.
You're right.
Like, that's the whole podcast.
I'll see you next time.
That's right.
Can I join? No.
Like and subscribe, please. Click, and then the video shuts out.
No, and then they go like, and they hit the button. Okay, so she did name. All right, cool. So she did Pat Moran, Joe Kelly, Owen Parker, and some Buffalo Fanatics hosts.
Yep.
So she put it out there. So yeah, that's who we knew, but I didn't want to say. But like I said, if you have a podcast, and I don't care if you're bigger than us or smaller than us or hate our guts, but watch us for material. Let us know if we can confirm you have videos. Let us know that you're better than us in fantasy football form.
Is there a podcast besides us featuring finger puppets?
No,
we might be the only one.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna work. Unless you can get like 100 shows by the end of this show. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's gonna be real tough.
That's very tough.
500 minutes, even at tough. Yeah. So where are we going first? What do you want to talk about first?
It's up to you, bro. I'm wide open for anything about the game. I didn't really bring much today because I figured most of it would be about the game anyway.
It's gonna be about the game.
For
sure. Before I ask this question, I want people to think. I want
Shut up, Roy.
What do you say?
50 useful things you can do with flour. Did you know that flour destroys body odor? Is anybody going to the open practice tomorrow?
Mm-mm.
I cannot. Yeah, I cannot. Is it gonna? It's supposed to be in the evening or is it an afternoon?
Morning.
Oh yeah, I definitely can't go.
Yeah, no, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So this is my question. I had this was rattling around my brain for a while. I was curious, why is it that the Bills are must-see TV? Now, is it the Bills are must-see TV, or is it somebody is must-see TV? Because when I look at the Bills and I think about the Bills and I ponder, who is it that, besides Josh Allen, now James Cook and I guess DJ Moore, people are tuned in to see? This was before yesterday's or Saturday's game. This is, leading up to the offseason, to the season, when everybody said we have nothing. We don't have any players. We just have Josh Allen. Without him, we're nothing. So with that said, the national media is saying that we're must-see TV. And is this a case of, I'm going to go to my soul roots, the David Ruffin and the Temptations, Harold Melvin and Blue Notes? I mean, who are the Blue Notes? Who are the Temptations without that lead guy?
Right.
And even in those groups, the lead guy always has good backups. There's always something about the backups that you're like, oh, snap. Harold Melvin, Teddy Pendergrass, David Ruffin. David Ruffin had Melvin Franklin, all the guys that you danced or whatever the case may be. But now I'm looking at the Bills, and I thought about it while you're talking about the defense wins, how the defense performs in Super Bowl, on Super Bowl teams. And I said to myself, has there ever been, and I'm not going to sit here and act like a pro aficionado. I'm not going to act like I know about other teams besides the Bills, because I don't. I know enough. But the question is, has there been a team that has won in a situation where there's Lisa and Coach Jam, like a head guy and then them, without something else to help prop it up?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always going to be a situation where they take away the lead guy. Now it's going to be the backups that are going to hold it together. And I'm thinking, is there a situation where the defense has been, as you said, less than stellar, and then you don't really have anything else besides a James Cook to pull you through? And I thought to myself, in recent history, I can't think of one. Bobby Brown, exactly. But Temptation, probably that's why they kicked him out and brought him back, brought him back. So is it what is it about the Bills are must-see TV when they haven't won yet? To me, they haven't won yet. So I think for me, it's like Josh Allen's must-see TV and bring your friends.
Yeah. I mean, that's been that it's been that way since the 13 seconds game. if you look at the numbers and the valuation of the Bills franchise, that's the year it took the jump from, I think it went from like 2.4 to 3.6, which is the biggest jump the franchise has ever taken in one season in terms of valuation growth. Was everybody had eyes on the team at that point, which obviously does a lot more for sponsorship deals and partnership deals with businesses and stuff like that. So it definitely is the Josh Allen factor in terms of what crazy thing, what polarizing thing is he going to do in this game. And even in the preseason game, he still gave everybody a show with the one play. And who mentioned this? I want to give him credit for this. Josh Allen Cater says Josh Allen moving the pocket and throwing a dart to Coleman in preseason is why the Bills are that team. This is the second best team the Bills have had with Allen. But that play is exactly why people are watching, because not many quarterbacks in the league are even attempting to do something like that in a preseason game.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come when we talk about the game, but I have thoughts on this backed up by some numbers.
Okay.
With regards to the new regime versus the old regime. But yeah, who was it he said Eagles beat New England with Nick Foles and they gave up 600 yards of 600 yards passing. So in that game, because Nick Foles wasn't even the lead guy. He was just a byproduct. So how would you explain that? My thing is, how would you explain that kind of output when you win with a backup quarterback giving up 600 yards of offense to the New England Patriots? That's an anomaly, but I think I would have to look at that game to see exactly what won that game. Was it that the Patriots were just that bad, or was it that Nick Foles went on a clinic and nobody helped him? Did I watch it? I did not. That's why I'm asking the question.
The Super Bowl, you talking about?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain because it wasn't necessarily a clinic. It was more so YOLO because of the team he had around him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the home run throwback obviously was what it was, but the deep pass to God, who was that was running that and I don't even remember the safety that was playing over the top that got beat on that play either. But the deep pass, that was one of those things where he had nobody else open, so he just took a shot. That wasn't the design of the play. You know what I mean? So I think stuff like that is more an indicator of a guy that's understanding he's playing with house money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas Josh Allen's got more on the line than Nick Foles does. Right? So I would attribute it more to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said, Spence said, what team is a team to watch without it? That's not really the point of the question. The point of the question is, when you're must-see TV, you would think that'd be a iron curtain defense, a no-fly zone, even a cold front when we had Mario Williams and all those guys. To me, the must-see TV for a team would be that. This is must-see TV because, like you said, a franchise quarterback. Now, I'm not going to watch the Rams for a franchise quarterback. I'm going to watch the Rams if I'm going to watch the Rams to see what Myles Garrett looks like over there. I'm going to watch the Rams to see what Puka Nacua does. I'm going to watch the Rams to see why Kyron Williams makes almost as much money as James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch it because I know other people's names. But if you're telling me on the Bills, nobody knows anybody's name. But, now James Cook-ish, Jay Ham put in a comment that James Cook is definitely going to be in top 20 of the all 100 players this year, which is great. I guess, if you're watching Hard Knocks, what are you watching Hard Knocks to see? You're watching Hard Knocks to see Josh, and then I guess because Deion Dawkins is a social media celebrity, you could say him. But even in Hard Knocks, he wasn't really, what we were looking at. He was kind of toned down as well. When you turn on HBO and you turn on Hard Knocks or any other kind of embedded style show, you're watching for some player. It's a name recognition that you have. And for me, when you say must-see TV, I'm looking at, okay, who won the Bills makes us must-see TV besides 17. I get 17 is why should be the best player on the team, your quarterback. But after a while, there are other quarterbacks out there, Matt Stafford's and Pat Mahomes and even Lamar Jackson, who you can hate or love. You want to watch them fail, you want to watch them succeed.
Mm-hmm.
These are guys that you would be nothing without your star quarterback, but that doesn't necessarily make your team must-see TV.
So I would say then the best example of must-see TV aside from the quarterback right now would have to be the 49ers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? While they have endured a lot of injuries over the years, they still have maintained a lot of primetime games, and there's still a good show because the offense is going to come up with some crazy good play, and they're never going to be a bad team because their offensive scheme allows them to do so many different things well against any defense, right? On top of that, look at who they've been playing with at quarterback. It's been the Brock Purdy's, it's been the Jimmy Garoppolo's, it's been who's the Jones kid who used to play for the Patriots.
Oh,
Mac Jones, right? They're getting those kind of, performances out of those quarterbacks. So if that offense can do it with those guys, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, the offense itself is good. It's going to be good on TV no matter what. It's probably why they get as many games as they have without having that franchise quarterback draw, because realistically, the biggest draw about Brock Purdy is that he's Mr. Irrelevant. Other than that storyline and him having been to a Super Bowl already in his second season of being in the NFL, like that's his story. So I don't think there's any other franchise in the NFL that can really boast that aside from maybe Sean McVay. Sean McVay and what he was able to do with Jared Goff, and then getting, Matthew Stafford, he kind of proved like it kind of doesn't matter what quarterback he has, he's going to find a way to make that guy look good. So I do think there are, current day examples of an offense that can be a draw without having to have that kind of name at starting quarterback, which kind of disproves that rule of, anybody without their, starting quarterback, not necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I don't think it just has to be something, whether it's a player or a style or, like, how is this guy doing that? He's not supposed, that's where Brock Purdy comes in. He's not supposed to be doing this. Why is he in the Super Bowl? He's not supposed to be doing this. Why is he putting up numbers? Why is he still starting? That's the Brock Purdy lore, and everybody's watching to see how is this working? How is this happening? Who's he have around him? Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk. Those were two names in themselves. Now you got Mike Evans and Samuel over there. With maybe McCaffrey if he decides he wants to tape himself together this year. I don't know. But then you got Trent Williams, who's almost 40, 39, 38, something like that. The tackle still playing at a high level, So yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense as to why it's must see TV, because there's a storyline behind it. And no, J-Ham, I don't know if you're talking to me, but I was agreeing with you. I was just saying, I saw you in the comments saying that James Cook was definitely in the top 20.
Oh, this one you talking about? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you were talking to me or somebody else, but I was agreeing with that. I was just bringing it to light, making it pop.
All right, what else you got?
Let's see. What does it say? I think that's what we think about Kurtz. I think NFL teams need to identify 6 to 8 teams that get the most primetime games. The Bills have been a top 5 entertaining team for 5 years now.
I think they do.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they do on a regular basis. And it's so the NFL has a short list of storyline names, right? Because what they do is they look at the numbers of players that draw attention, right? You got your Josh Allens, you got your Lamar Jackson, you got your Pat Mahomes, you got your Joe Burrow. Like, those are the top 4 names in terms of draw. And then past those 4 names, you go for teams that have the biggest draw, right? And they're gonna, how can I say this? Usually after the top quarterback names, they go for popular market teams that have star power to them. So your 49er teams, your Charger teams, your Bear teams. The Cowboys are always going to be on that list no matter what. They're the most popular brand in sports like ever. So they'll have but that's how they kind of put together that short list of teams that are going to get these primetime games. And then I guess more recently they've started to fold some of the other teams on the back end of that popularity contest.
Yeah, they make everybody has to have what? One primetime game.
Everybody gets one.
Nobody wants to see Cleveland in primetime.
Right. So what they do is they put Cleveland against the Patriots or something like that, because the Patriots are a popular team in a bigger market, and they can kind of, get the Browns or get the Titans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can get those teams in there without having to, make the whole game about that team's storyline. You know what I mean?
I think, that's the slippery slope, because you put them against an overmatched team, then they look really bad. And it's like, who wants to watch this garbage? But then if you play them against a similar ilk team, like, nobody wants to watch that either. So that's a gotcha. Everybody wants to see two juggernauts duke it out.
Yeah.
Everybody, but we used to watch the two equipment managers go to blows. Whatever. Whatever. Watching Deshaun Watson throw a ball that doesn't even make it to the offensive line before spinning sideways, and Shedeur saying something about, it was the right read, the ball just slipped out of my hands. No, it wasn't, and no, it didn't. You threw that ball, and you threw it right to the defender. That's why you're smug. Like, he's like, nah, it slipped. No. It happens.
At least he was smiling when he said it.
I mean, my thing is, like, it happens. You know. Let's see, what do we have? Ray Davis. Wait, no, not that one. Not that one. No. Okay. There. Remember before Cook got paid, Ray Davis could carry the load? I do not. They said it.
Is it me, or has Ray Davis looked less shifty compared to when he first got into the league?
It might be you, because I never thought he was that shifty. I really didn't.
But I mean, like, his cuts look sharp. They last year and the year before, they looked a little sharper than they did in this preseason game.
Maybe it's the number change.
I don't know.
Number 7 looks weird out there. No, honestly, Ray Davis to me was put to me as a bowling ball, somebody that could make a third down back.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw, I would still probably take Frank Gore over him.
Really?
I can't believe I'm saying this either.
He had, like, Gore. I don't get Gore.
I don't believe I'm saying this, but I actually have turned a leaf on Frank Gore. Do I want him to start? No. Do I want him to, like, play serious snaps? No.
Okay, answer this question. Mm-hmm. Is it just because you saw him buck a dude in the middle of the field?
No.
Okay.
No, it's because I see the tendencies that you want to see out of that lower level back, that third down back, that power back, where he's not afraid of contact. He falls forward, and I can see him getting that 3rd and 2. I can see him getting that 3rd and 3 consistently. He doesn't have speed. He's not really shifty, but I can see him doing that. And like what you're saying about Ray Davis, I mean, to me, in the short yardage situations, they're about the same. And if you're talking about Ray Davis being like somebody said, remember when he was supposed to carry the load? No, I never in my life thought Ray Davis was ever, not even at Kentucky, that thing is capable of being a lead back. I always thought he was a change of pace power back, the sub package back. So I think people overvalued him, but I think where he is now is where I thought he was. And I've seen Frank Gore do more than I thought. So I think maybe for me it's the opposite, because when Frank Gore's in, I was like, why do we have him? You remember it? I text you in a tirade. Why is he on my team? But as I see him run now, I'm like, okay, maybe he's an NFL back.
Okay. Would you be cool with Ian Wheeler instead?
I haven't seen enough of him yet. So I'm not going to answer that, because I haven't seen enough of him outside of UFL. He had a touchdown. He had 3 carries maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he had the touchdown, and another one went for whatever it went.
No, he had 7 carries. 7 carries, 41 yards. He actually led the team.
Oh, 41? Okay.
Yeah, 7 yards,
so,
7 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay, so I got to watch the game. What did Gore have?
7 carries, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. So Frank Gore's average was 5.4 per carry, and Ian Wheeler was 5.9 per carry.
Okay, so this goes into who they played to. I thought the Panthers were horrible. I thought they were a horrible team. There was nothing about them. I said, ooh, this is competition. I'm not learning anything from this game. That's why I didn't learn much from the Panthers.
Really?
Yeah, the Panthers weren't good. They're not good.
Okay.
And I mean, I have pluses and minuses, but it's preseason game 1. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, this. Should we go into the game?
Yeah, I'm down.
So yeah, for me, when I watched the game, the first thing that stuck out to me was as you pointed about the Josh Allen play to 𝐬𝐭. That play happened because that's Josh Allen and how we run our offense. That never happened before because McDermott was not allowing that to happen.
True.
Because you see, can you tell me the last time Josh Allen's gotten sacked 11 times in the preseason? 11 times. He got sacked 7 times in his rookie campaign. You know when the last time he got sacked before Saturday was?
2020?
2021 was the last time he got sacked in the preseason. And he got yanked right away. He hasn't been touched in a preseason game since 2023
because he barely plays.
But the point is, as soon as he gets in any kind of danger, McDermott says, "Out, you're done." Yesterday, Brady allowed him to get hit. Brady allowed him to do because they asked him. They asked Joe Brady. They said, "So what do you think about?" He was like, I didn't like that he got hit. I didn't like this, but that's Josh. You know, he's going to be Josh." Like, well, you can either allow him to get hit. You can or allow him to sit on the pitch because I told you throw the ball, and either way is right. You know, if you want him to play like normal people do, you don't bubble wrap everybody. You play your players.
But there's a motivation behind that from a coaching perspective too that I think we have to account for, which is if you're seeing in practice that your tackles are struggling, which
in practice
we've heard.
Yeah.
Right? We've heard about that. And then you get into a preseason game situation where you're going to be having another team's defense, which was good last year. I think they were number 2 in overall defense last year, come against your offensive line and give them a challenge. But instead of giving us a challenge at the tackle position, they ate our tackles alive. And I think the motivation as a coach is you got 17 back there. You better go out there and do your damn job. And
they tried.
Scheme or no scheme, they didn't.
They ran a lot of duo again.
Cool. I'm talking about pass pro.
I know. They ran a lot of duo again. They did what we did before. See, this is where my thought was. Is this an indictment on our tackles, or is this evidence of the coaching change with offensive line? Because we have a new offensive line coach. And to get that flow, to ebb and flow with Joe Brady and what he wants to do, this could be another deal. I mean, I'm not going to overreact to the first preseason game, but this could be another deal with Joe Brady and Sean McDermott, where it just doesn't jive. Like my vision and your vision is not quite in alignment.
Yeah,
you know. So when I watched the tackles yesterday, the Spencer Brown sack, he got pushed off. You know, it was kind of a lazy rep, and down goes Josh. Deion Dawkins, he got beat. I don't see a big size difference in him. Do you see it in Deion Dawkins on the field?
Yeah, he looks smaller.
I see smaller.
Yeah,
but I don't see 40-pound difference.
No, we talked about that. There's no way he could have lost 40 pounds.
But we see him in pads now. You know, now we're seeing him. I haven't seen him in pads before now. Mm-hmm. So now I'm seeing him in pads. I'm like, yeah, he's a little more together.
Right.
But then you see the watermelon challenge, so you see him full chested.
Right.
And it's like, okay, he's the same, you know.
Yeah, right. It's the same dude.
Same dude, you know. But when you look at how he set up, it was the same footwork issues. It was the same slide problems. It was the same stance. It was the same. Nothing structurally got better about his technique from last year to this year. And you can say it was preseason game 1, which is true. But those things right there, that's something that you need to see in game 1.
Right. And I think part of the reason why I said before the preseason game on Friday's show that I'm looking at the trenches is because that's the only situation that you truly get to see those one-on-ones that they do at pro days, those one-on-ones that they do in the what is it? Oh my gosh. What are the games that the college players go into before the draft?
Before the draft?
Yeah.
For the East-West games?
Yeah, the East-West game.
The All-Star games?
All those games. Like, those are the drills that they do with offensive and defensive linemen. Why? Because they're trying to see the capability of the individual player. Mm-hmm. When you look at a player during the regular season, all of that stuff is schemed up. Mm-hmm. Very rarely are you trying to just leave your offensive lineman on an island against a pass rusher. But in preseason, that is assessment time. That is time to put your best foot forward. So, again, the perspective of a coach, if I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just motivating my two tackles to perform well, but putting them on an island to have to perform well, because if you don't, the franchise is behind you. Don't get them killed, right? And the biggest thing for me in Dion Dawkins' game is he can't anchor the same way that he did when he was heavier. Yeah. And that makes a big difference, because if you're not technically sound, which he said is one of the things he wants to get back to because he felt like he was sloppy last year because of the weight,
right,
you were getting beat consistently, bro. And it wasn't just a speed issue. It was a anchor issue as well. You couldn't get to the spot fast enough.
Yeah.
And then when you did get to the spot, you weren't technically sound. You weren't getting yourself into position to not have your weight in the wrong place and get manipulated easily, bro.
Yeah.
Like what? Like and then listen. I don't know what was going on with Spencer Brown. If he didn't get sleep the night before, or if he just thought this was a preseason game and he didn't want to get injured, or if somebody told him, "Hey, don't go so hard because you don't want to strain your back," or whatever the case was. But there was one play in particular where the pass rusher falls in front of him, and he's just kind of standing there with his hands on the pass rusher. But he turns and looks at Josh Allen to see what Josh Allen is doing, and the pass rusher just gets up and runs after Josh and gets the sack. Like, how is this okay? And again, if you want to sit here and tell me it's preseason, that kind of stuff is not just preseason. That mental mistakes is not just, oh, we got to ramp up because, you know, it's you know, we only ramp up for the regular season. You've been in training camp now for 2 weeks. You've practiced for this game for a week. Right? So let's stop pretending like there needs to be a ramp up period for you to get into game speed. You've been in practices going at game speed for a few weeks now with the franchise behind you. So to me, combining all of that with what we've heard about this offensive line in practice, I talked to Coach D about this because I wanted to verify this line of thinking. And what he said was you have to play the percentages. So how many times did you see Dion Dawkins get beat in the game? For me, it was about 4. For Spencer Brown, it was about the same number, maybe 3, maybe 4, right? Okay, how many reps did they have? You count up the reps that they have, and you go, okay, well, 3 or 4 out of the 10 to 15 reps that they had on those 2 drives that they were on, they gave up, they played bad, or they gave up pressure, or they gave up a sack on this percentage of those plays. Okay, that percentage in the regular season when you're scheming things up generally gets cut down just a little bit, because obviously you're getting, you know, chips by the tight end or chips by the running back, or you're getting the wide receiver in the slot to kind of chip a little bit, depending on how you scheme it up. But if the percentage is high in the preseason, if it's you know 40% of the reps, which in this case I do think it is, I didn't get a chance to count the reps, but 3 to 4 out of for Dawkins and Spencer. You want to okay? If it's as high as, you know, 30 to 40%, like that's probably going to be closer to 15 to 20 in the regular season. That's high. If you're telling me you're going to give up pressure 15 to 20% of the time, that's high. All it takes is one to ruin a drive. Now, that may sound pessimistic. That may sound, you know, 15 cynical.
15 snaps each. 15
snaps each. Okay. So that's what? That's 10%? 10% of the time, basically?
If you're talking about what, four beats?
My math is not the greatest.
No, 4 beats is
let's somebody give us the answer. Let's do the math. So
yeah,
what is
20-ish?
Hold on. 4 is all right. It is 26%. So I'm for sure it was 4 for Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 out of 15 is 26. That's almost 30%.
Right.
So that's what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So if you knock that down by, you know, 5 to 10%, you're still at about 15. At least. You're at 15 to 20%. It's exactly what I thought it would be. And again, 15 to 20% is enough to get Josh hit in a certain way where he hurts his foot or his shoulder is hurt or his hand is hurt. All things he's dealt with before. His elbow in 2018.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff matters. We're going against way more defenses this season that pose a threat to us than we ever have in the first 8 years of Josh Allen's existence here, or 7 years.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why that matters. This season, this year is the hardest schedule the Bills have had.
Yeah.
With Josh Allen's quarterback.
Yeah, Sean said 15% isn't high at all. 20 or 30% is that's where we were. 25, 20, almost 30%. By a map that is laying out for you. And I don't know if we're still on Deion Dawkins, Spencer Brown, but I mean, if you look at behind them, it wasn't any, but it was way worse. Bowery was.
Yeah,
Bowery was bad, and
he does not need to be a tackle.
But did I not tell you when he got drafted? What did I say? Hand placement. He was getting blown through. He didn't anchor. He didn't. I mean, and then he tackles McCole Hardman. Good tackle, by the way.
I didn't understand that. Like, you see this dude,
he was off to the races. You see how fast he was?
Like, Hardman was in his line of view.
He was getting out. He thought he was going to clean that dude up.
Yeah, that's what it was. He wanted to make a big
star.
Hit. Yeah,
I'm about to be a star.
Right. He was definitely seeing stars at that moment.
Hardman was like, "Yo, why? I'm about to get cut behind this."
Yo, for real.
I was about to make a touchdown.
No, I get the point Sean is making, though, in terms of so I wasn't talking about pressure rate. I'm talking about giving up a sack, because those 4 plays that Deion Dawkins gave up were all the pass rusher is like on the quarterback at the end of the play. You know what I'm saying? So that's different from pressure rate. Like, sack rate is very different from pressure rate. So if you're giving up 15% sack rate, like, how many sacks? Like, how many reps did Deion? Let me find out.
Who?
Deion Dawkins have last year? How
in
many
preseason?
No. How many snaps did?
I can look it up. I got the page up. Hold on a second.
Yeah, how many snaps did Deion Dawkins play last year? And then I want to see what 15% of that is.
Okay. So regular season, Deion Dawkins played 957 snaps.
All right. So what is 15% of, what is it?
957.
957. Okay, this is very unrealistic now. But 15% of 957 is 143.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds outrageous. It sounds ridiculous. It does. But imagine Josh Allen not being able to sit in that pocket the way that he did the last couple of seasons. That's a problem. I'm telling you, look, say what you want about criticism, say what you want about assessments. That's why I went to the numbers on this one, because we need to understand the impact of what we saw. And offensive line play, defensive line play, the tape doesn't lie.
Right.
That's why I said that's what I'm looking for. It is the one aspect of a football game in the NFL at that level that you can watch a preseason game and still get a good feel for where a team is in their build. That's the only thing I was looking for, and that's why. So you can't say, well, it was just preseason. No, because the drills that they were running there are the same exact drills that they're going to be running in the game. They're just going to have more help.
And the thing about drills, they have more help, but they have a lot more to think about too.
Yes, thank you.
And that's why when everybody was, and I know Albert's in here and he's going to kill me for this, but that's why, like, the KEO, the Eeyore, Caleb 𝐸 talk, it was kind of premature to me, because I need to see him when a lot of stuff is happening around him. Everybody was going off on how he locked up James Cook in that one drill, and how he looked good in shell drills and second, third. But, for everybody, especially the newbies, it's a lot of stuff you got to pay attention to, and your head's going to swim when you're first out there in a new stadium, and you're like, wow, I'm here. Mm-hmm. So you're not playing with emotion. You're playing with your brain still, and that's not what you want to do. You know, I should be able to. You should look at me, and I should know what you're talking about. You know, or vice versa. That's because we've been doing this long enough.
Yep.
But at the same time, you know, when you're on the field in front of fans and against a team that you've never played against, it just feels different.
Yeah, Dorothy. I'm gonna have to cut Deion and Spencer. I can't allow him to get judged. Not your son. Not your son.
Yeah.
But here's the most important part of this. When we're talking about the importance of the franchise quarterback, you're starting your season against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Did we forget what happened to Spencer Brown last year against Houston? He got hurt in that game going up against Willie Anderson.
Did he get hurt in that game, or was he already hurt?
I think he got hurt in that game.
I know when it went south.
Deion Dawkins didn't play because of the concussion situation, but Spencer Brown got hurt in that game. I think it was an elbow or something like that.
Yeah, it was someone's name. That's what I'm thinking. Like the whole time it was like something was wrong with him. Like it felt like, so I didn't know if it was in that game or like in practice leading up to it.
No. It was for sure. He might have had another injury going into the game, but I know for sure he got hurt. It was something. It was an elbow or something like that in that game.
Worse.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I could definitely be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, he looked bad.
But my point is, the first team you're going up against is a team that like destroyed your best tackle the previous year in Spencer Brown. That's our best tackle. I'm sorry to say it. It's our best tackle.
Got to stop it right here.
We got. Oh, and then the hit house. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
Best Bills podcast out there. Keep up the great work. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
Thank you very much. That was very kind of you. Thank you. But yeah, so like to me, when I'm thinking about what I'm seeing in preseason, it's like, okay, how prepared do we look for week one? And again, I'm only thinking about this from a pass protection standpoint and a pass rush standpoint, because that's all I can judge in these preseason games that really means anything.
Yeah. And I stand corrected. My bad, Alton. I'm not Albert. My bad. He said, I'm not an 𝐬𝐮 backer. Linebacker's the longest position to get acclimated to NFL. Yeah, and has the highest bust rate in the first round. I'm excited. We got younger. I can appreciate that because I agree. I do.
Yep. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐞 says Deion and Brown played and they were both out next game against the Steelers. It was a short week though. They were both out
the next week. Yeah, they didn't play because that was Vandermark and Grable or somebody that played that next game.
I could have sworn Spencer Brown got hurt in that game, and then what's the name came in?
No, in the Steelers game?
No, not in the Steelers game.
Oh yeah, he's saying they didn't play in the Steelers game.
Oh, so they both played in the Texans game.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so that's even worse.
And 716 said he was already hurt. That's what I thought he was already hurt going in because he was.
Thank you, 𝐬𝐻. Thank you, 𝐬𝐻. I appreciate that. Yeah. That reminds me, actually, we got to make a t-shirt with Elmo doing that. But yeah, so like no, Deion got taken out.
We know that. We're really more so talking about Spencer.
Right. So yeah, so like to me that's worse. Like both your guys are in bad situations right now, having to prepare for a defense that has the potential to take them out week one.
Yeah.
What do you really? And here's the other part of this. One of the most memorable plays about that Denver playoff game in which we lost was Shakir not getting to the spot he was supposed to get to, and Nick Bonito comes around the edge so fast that Deion Dawkins has no chance to get to the spot to make the block and gets Josh Allen sacked. Right? That was one of the biggest moments of the game.
Yeah.
And as much as you want to say, well, Shakir needed to do his job and chip the guy, you're supposed to have an all-pro level left tackle that keeps trying to get people to put him on top 10 lists in the NFL, and we're not. And he's wondering why. He cannot understand why he's not getting the accolades he feels like he gets, or he's not getting the accolades that the smallers get, or the littles, or however he wants to say it. Like, you're not doing what Trent Williams does. You're not doing what Tunsil does. You're not doing what some of these other elite. You're not even doing what Ronnie Stanley does, and he's hurt all the time. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing about and Sean disagrees with my assessment of Deion. He says his feet aren't slow. Which okay, I mean maybe so. I didn't play offensive tackle, so maybe you're seeing something I didn't see. But I know if I saw that the way he sets himself up for a Euro step move, if you want to call it that. Always an inside move. He's always say, he opens up and he sets himself for across his face. So that's okay. A lot of people can't execute that move as a lead as we're talking about, but I just don't see a recovery in him that I would like to see in a left tackle, especially as you just said, to be a guy that wants to be the protector of the year, giving up 6 sacks in the season too. That's tough.
Right. Shout out to Happy Wolverine hitting us up from Toronto. Sup, boys? Go Bills. Big ups to all from Toronto.
Yes, indeed. I saw it. I didn't want to cut you off while you were going, but I saw it. I appreciate that. And Happy Wolverine, did we have them before?
Do you want to give the disclaimer?
You do it better, but I'll try.
Do it better. Let me see if we got anybody else in here that needs the disclaimer with them.
Okay.
716. Did we hit 716 before?
I
don't think so. I don't think so. So we'll count them in there. Who else is in the chat? You guys are getting swept up, just so you know. You better be careful. You better leave now while you got a chance.
Yeah, well, it's too late now.
It's definitely too late. I just want them to try so that I can see the shock on their face.
Like,
don't take my gratification away from me.
I bet your doorstep faster Deion Dawkins in that kick step.
No, Vu. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, bro.
In preseason, no, not in preseason at all.
Right.
We just gotta do a show and talk about what we saw.
Right. And again, I don't try to use hyperbole to make things worse than they seem. I try to show you the realistic application of what I'm seeing to show how that would reflect in future situations, so that you can understand the value of it, whether it's a small value or a big value. I try not to. I'll extrapolate, but I don't try to conflate. Like, to me, those are two different things. Extrapolating is taking the data that you have now and measuring it out across a period of time to kind of see what the averages would be, or to have an expectation of what future performance would be. Conflating is just like you taking two things and you throwing them together to make a much bigger thing. That's hyperbole to me. Like conflating hyperbole, it's all the same thing. Like, you're just making something bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah. And for the ones that we have never talked to before,
Josh Allen Cater's got to be in there too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So we do our show a little differently. Okay.
You gonna do it?
The way we do this show.
Yes.
It's not blood in, blood out. It's you're in, no out. Okay. So once you comment, you become my cousin. You were invited to the mythical cookout. Okay. We're not going to have a spread. We're not going to have everything that you would think of the cookout, but you will be there. And from henceforth, we want to see your face in the place. Because if you don't, I'll find you.
How it's done 1238 is also in there. Welcome to the show.
Oh, well, you still got the disclaimer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look, so here's the disclaimer. You can finish going through and seeing if we got anybody else in there.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, John? Ain't seen you in a while. How you doing? Hope you're good. All right. Here's the disclaimer. So you're in the chat now, right? We've seen you. We've read your names live on the show here. What happened was, Helen, okay, welcome to the show.
Cousin Helen.
What's happened now is you've all walked into the room of the Mafia, okay? What you didn't realize was happening was the doors closed behind you, and two bouncers that are bigger than my 6'6", 290-pound co-host here have now stepped in front of both doors, right? So now you're just kind of in this room with us, and there's no windows, there's no other doors, there's no outs, right? And so what we are doing now on the show is we're getting up from the spaghetti table, and we're walking up to you, and we're putting our arms around you, and we're giving you a kiss on both cheeks and welcoming you into the family. There is no out. There is no, you can't call the cops. Like, cops don't exist in this world. Like, it's just what it is. Accept that you're part of the family and just enjoy it. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, we see that, because this to me, I think criticizing left tackle is easy. Replacing it isn't. Being inherited a left tackle, we have no proof of concept he can replace one. Yeah, and that was evident by Jude Bowery on Saturday. Because say what you want about Dawkins, if I got to choose between the two, I need Dawkins to be immortal. That's who I need to be immortal. Because
no, bro,
when they drafted him,
no,
this was what was going to happen. I didn't understand the Bowery love. I did. And people that went to the camp, oh, Bowery looks great. He's going to take Dawkins' spot. I'm like, okay. And then we saw on Saturday, the first preseason game, he's going to get better. So I'm not saying he's done, but he's going to get better. But how much better is he going to get?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at 𝐼𝐸 I don't know if you watched him at all. Can he play left guard? Because
did he look good? I didn't.
He was solid.
Okay.
He was solid. You know, and I see a way for him to make the team. And as a 7th rounder, I don't know what that way is going to be unless he can play both.
Yeah.
But for me, you know, you watch Bowery play and get pushed into the quarterback, just ghost, you know, all this stuff. But then you see 𝐼𝐸 out there who's anchoring, who's sticky, who's, you know, who doesn't let a guy past him. The only time you let a guy pass, like, what are you doing? Oh, it's just a screen. Never mind. You know, and I'm like, no, I can work with that. That I want to see more of. That next to Dawkins or, you know, flanking with Govern with O'Cyrus Torrance. I can get into that. Alec Anderson, Chase Lunt wasn't good at all. But do we expect him to be good? Not really. Who else played? Oh, Cushenberry and Corbett. No need for them.
You don't think so?
I ain't no need for them.
It might have just been me, but like seeing James Cook's big runs come when Austin Corbett came on the field was kind of big for me.
It was big. Okay, so the funny thing about that was, to your point about Ray Davis, had the same exact setup, and he ain't look like James Cook.
That's true.
James Cook hit that thing one step, gone.
That's very true.
Ray Davis hit the thing, got about 5 yards. About 5. And Cook was against upper echelon players as Carolina would bring to Buffalo, you know, in terms of their starters versus who Ray Davis was playing against. It was I mean, you appreciate the difference in speed. They talked to it on the broadcast. They talked about how James Cook's elite vision, his elite first step, you know, that cut, and he's out of there. I can't wait to see it, man. I cannot wait to see it. And I got a twinkle in my eye.
By the end of the show, we're gonna hand out a Dookie Juice award.
I might need. I don't have a juice. I don't think I have a Dookie Juice, but maybe.
Okay.
You might talk me into it. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but you might talk me into having one. Because for right now, no, Reed Allen play right. Reed Allen play right.
He's saying he's going to be a left guard.
Good. I'm saying,
yeah, I hope that's the case.
But they played him right. That's why I'm asking the question. What am I talking about? They played him on the right side.
Yeah. I'll say this. I do like the athleticism I see in Drew Bowery. You know,
yeah,
but
I mean, watch him haul ass to that.
Right. I'm about to be a star.
Wow. My bad, dog. You good? You pick him up, hug him. I'm sorry. You all right?
Oh my gosh.
He made that play though. Oh my God.
I'm okay.
Just let me up, big fella. Don't do it again.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just making fun of that.
Yeah. Steve Sanders can go too. I didn't notice Sanders. I saw him.
They tried to talk about him.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Landon Jackson was fine.
Yeah,
Landon Jackson was fine.
Yeah, Landon Jackson looks more explosive with the heavier weight.
With the weight, and he's in his natural position. Even though they wanted to put him on that 5 edge, he's better at the 4-eye. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And so to put him with that weight, see, my thing with him. Oh no, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Samp up. My bad. No disrespect. He said I was responding to the comment saying Adams is going to be cut. No, he better not. He better not be. But yeah, no, yes, Landon Jackson, assuming those knees hold up.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing with him. Landon looks better than Sanders and
of course.
Carter. Oh yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
We expected that.
Yeah.
We expected that.
Yeah, I gave Carter credit because he was better than I thought he was going to be. I must have zero expectation of Carter. I must hate his guts because I saw him playing nose, playing out one, and I'm like, oh, okay. He can take a double team. Okay. And that's about where it stops. So let's not act like I'm anointing him as the next coming of Haloti Nada or something like that. But, for when they say he's going to be a one tech, and I'm like, oh, he's not. Can't play one. Then they put him there like, okay, he's still trying to work his pass rush, but he's standing up again. He fell a couple times. but that's to be expected when you're first starting with the one tech. But I want to see what they do with him in this game Saturday.
Roy, I'm tired of telling you to shut up, dude. I'm just kidding. Adams maybe. Adams maybe. But Toriano Pride Jr. will not be on the practice squad, bro. They do not have enough corner depth for him to just be on the practice squad. I'm telling you, he will make the team. And Kenai Walker has already made the team.
Pride
I'm calling it.
Pride Jr. I don't know, but yeah, Kenai Walker. From what I saw, I'm a Dwayne Carter stan. No, but I just appreciate it, and I'm going to give him a lot of credit because I gave him 0 from the time he got drafted to now, to the point where I called my comrades from work with my disdain about the pick when they picked him in 2024.
What you want to bet? What you want to bet, Roy?
Some wings?
Come on, you want to bet some wings?
Ooh, can I get it? I just want to win. I don't care what side I'm on. Just let me win. I want some wings. Sample said Pride is getting cut. He has to step it up. Especially the emergence of Kenai Walker. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't scour the cornerback market once the cuts come in. And Pride might be the victim of the fallen sword at that point in time.
I think we gotta ease up. I mean, it's preseason week 1.
So get a load of this guy.
We gotta ease up.
Get a load of this guy.
Because again, you gotta keep in mind, like his style of play is more physical. So he's going to run into the calls that he was getting, and he's going to run into those situations because he's used to. It's a lot like what Elam was dealing with his first season. He's just a physical player in that sense. But here's the other thing. Not all of his snaps were in the slot.
No, he was playing outside.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The more natural position for him in the league is the slot. I think because of his athleticism, his quickness, he's better off in the slot. The problem is there's too much depth at that slot.
There's 2 problems, really. There's 2 major problems in that slot.
Right. So I'll say this. I am willing to put something on the line to bet that, and really more so because I don't think there's enough depth, because you're talking about Christian Benford, Max Hairston, IGB, Toriano Pride, Kenai Walker, and who else?
Yeah, not just going to address Samtha, Slot, Hancock. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But yeah, like I said, I could see a world where they scour the cuts. You know, unless Pride steps up in some way, I think he might be on it, because they say he's struggling a bit. So I don't know. I don't get to see the practices. So I'm going on based on what I'm hearing, and I know they say he is a little rough, and I would love to get him in the slot, not on this team though, only because of the 2 issues we have.
Yeah.
And one issue isn't even play. One issue more so is a dollar figure in a contract that we handed out. D. Alford, we hand out that contract, but when I'm watching Hancock, I'm like, we done it again.
I know.
And this is not a slam on Brandon Beane. If Tommy's here, anybody else that think I'm going to go on that rant, I'm not. But I understand, hedging your bets. I understand a guy that came from a similar-ish kind of play that you want to institute in 2026. But I also understand Jordan Hancock in the slot is a second-year man now, and they say that was his natural position anyway. They say that was his thing, and we saw on Saturday what a portion of what Jordan Hancock can do. 2 tackles for loss out there. Like, who is 37? Oh wait, I remember him from last year. Get this man on the field. We got to be creative. How does he get on the field?
I mean,
I need it.
Right. Walter said, y'all going to do a 53-man roster projection? If so, when?
Sure. And Roy, I'll bet you this.
Week 4 of the preseason.
Yeah, before we. Yeah. So what we're going to do, you bet A, right? Bet him his wings.
You got to tell me what we bet. I don't know what we bet.
Wait. More importantly,
okay.
When you win, I will eat the wings on set for you.
Oh, my God, bro.
And I will tell you how good they are.
Yeah, I'm definitely not sending wings long distance. That's why I said we got to figure out what we betting, because for some reason, Key's trying to make this whole thing all about him eating some wings right now, live on the show.
I was thinking about making some tonight after I get out of here.
Okay.
I might. I don't know.
I
can't help myself. I need help.
bro.
Laura's a vegetarian. She's like, you disgust me.
You know what? How many people want to see Key eat some wings live on the show? Like, can we just get a show of hands? Like, put it in the chat. How many of y'all give us a like? However you want to express yourself. How many people want to see Keys eat some wings live on the show? That I don't know.
Laura keeps trying to eat.
Right. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, you do.
He don't do wings.
No, I forgot. He does tenders and boneless, I think.
So send him some dino nuggets.
Yeah, some saucy nuggets.
Some saucy dino nuggets.
Spin says those are suicide wings. Ooh, well, we have to have a little more than 1,000 subs to do that. Oh
no,
sure.
you don't clean them like I clean them though.
Oh, me?
You definitely don't clean them like I clean them. I know that for sure.
You eat the marrow too?
That for sure. Huh?
You eat the marrow too?
You don't eat the damn marrow, bro.
Yeah, they do. No, I don't. But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
No, but I eat everything else. I eat the gristle. I eat like my.
Mine is all bone.
I gotta be careful how I say that.
Well, yeah, mine is all bone.
I've seen your wings before, and I've been mad at you for not eating the gristle. I mean, we were Buffalo Wild Wings, but
that's probably why.
No, stop. This was still in our 20s. Like, you're supposed to eat everything back then.
They weren't. I was just trying to get it in. Though.
you was picky back then, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
My bones. I eat the gristle though.
No, I eat the gristle. I eat everything. Everything off the bone.
I'm gonna take a picture of my wings next time I eat them, so you can tell me what I'm missing.
All right, I got you.
Because mine's set up. I don't know. I don't
know. Whoa.
Eat off.
Cool.
Whoa. What we eating? Whoa. Now ain't no pause on that. This is real life scenarios here. What we having?
All right.
So yeah. So okay. So we tore the O-line in shreds. Actually, SVPG and Cushenberry weren't bad.
No,
they weren't bad at all. SVPG, I think, still should be on this team.
Yeah.
And they just need to figure out where they're going to put him because he's got enough talent. He's got the athleticism to play. Probably at least a guard. Which
was that him on at center when James Cook got stopped short on that stretch play? They were running to the left of so close, like they were running towards the TV screen. And
I don't remember the play.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. I was looking at that play last night, and I was just trying to figure out like who. It definitely wasn't Connor McGovern that snapped the ball.
No,
but I don't think they had Cushenberry playing center. So
he started center.
He started center. Okay, yeah. that might be what it was.
Yeah,
it might have been Cushenberry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. SVPG. Yeah, Samson said he looked good all game. Yeah, SVPG. Yeah, Cushenberry was with the one, so it probably was him then. Because I know SVPG came with the twos, which is fine. Any alignment you can see not making a team, but Bean can trade instead.
An O-lineman that would have enough value to trade.
So let's break this down. You're talking about Cushenberry, you're talking about SVPG, you're talking about Corbett, Anderson. I'm not including 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐷 and Bowery because they're rookies, and obviously Dawkins, McGovern, Torrance, and Spencer Brown. Their contracts don't warrant it.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing? Chase Lunt, Bruno Fina. I mean, if you're just talking about trading for anything, yeah, you probably get away with maybe Alec Anderson.
Trading him?
Yeah. If you're trading for anything, what I'm saying, like because people did want him, when he was at RFA, he did have a tender, so there is a market for him. Corbett came on a very low contract. For me, that tells me not really a market for him. Cushenberry, I don't really think so.
I'll say it like this: I don't think any of the offensive linemen that we have would be valued as highly by another team as the Bills value.
100%.
And I think Alec Anderson is a prime example of that, where he's got interest from other teams, but would other teams be willing to pay the value that the Bills see in Alec Anderson? And I think the answer to that is no.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just answering the question on terms of who would somebody actually trade for.
Yeah,
like anyway, a 28 draft pick or something, just to get some cap relief. And I'm thinking that would probably be the one. Yeah, it'd probably be the only one I could think of.
That was a great question, though. I don't think there are many. Well, let me ask this question: Are there any offensive players in general outside of the offensive line that you think might not make the team but have enough value to be traded?
Probably my buddy. Probably my buddy.
Who's your buddy?
Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox?
Yeah, I think Dawson Knox has he can get some value. I think
that would be a bad cap hit though. Dead
Whoa,
cap
just I'm trying to remove my cap glasses for a second here.
Whoa,
I know
that is massive.
I'm up here
That's
naked
a big
right
step
now.
for you. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Dawson Knox would be the one that other teams are like, you know what, I could use that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Walter, I don't want him to either. So even if you're saying he's not, I don't want him to go anywhere. But I think 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐲 would want Knox.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. That's one of those trades where if the Bills waited until mid-season and traded him, I wouldn't be mad. And I think part of that is, and I'm not saying that 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐲'𝐭 is that guy or anything like that, but he's more of a receiving tight end. You already are basically planning on, I guess I should say optimistically, you're looking at keeping Kincaid and signing him long term.
Mm-hmm.
And so that leaves you with Jackson Hawes that you can probably pay a really nice price in a couple of years to keep him around, but you don't have to pay him starter money. And he'll just be your blocker forever, right? And then you got Latu behind that, where if you need to, sub a guy in for Kincaid's position, that's your young, or I guess he'll probably be, in his mid-20s by that point.
Yeah. Tommy said they did trade Cody Ford. They traded him in year 3 though. So I mean, we're still too early for a 𝐸 or those kind of guys.
Right. So yeah, I mean, receiver wise, did you have anybody?
Okay, so receiver wise, we got White Steve. We got Palmer.
No.
Coleman.
Palmer. You might
Palmer.
be able to get Palmer to Tampa Bay.
Well, I think Palmer has some kind of value. I do think as a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, you might be able to. I think you might be able to get Palmer to Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would fit that system.
Yeah, I think Palmer is possible. I think Coleman is somebody would be interested in. We're not going to talk about DJ Moore because that's not happening.
Yeah.
Trent Sherfield.
I don't think he has trade value.
No.
Not at this point in his career.
No, because he was on what? 6, I think they say he was like 6 teams last year, 3 teams last year, 3 teams last year.
3, yeah.
Who we missing? DeMaurice Macklin. He's an undrafted free agent.
Only other guy is Keon, but he ain't going nowhere.
Well, yeah, I said Keon. Keon is somebody that people, I think teams would be like, what you would for him? Because they like, I could do something with that, with the skills. Because you saw what they did yesterday, where they have him lined up sometimes. Tight against it, he was in the slot. Wow.
Well, they did that with Shakir. They did that with DJ Moore.
I know,
on
but
the
point
right-hand
is,
side.
You can't put Keon Coleman there because we have Shakir. But they tried it.
I'm with you. I need to see them do that in passing situations first.
Well, I'm not saying permanent, but I'm saying
yeah. I'm with you as far as like just moving receivers around in different spots. That's supposed to be one of the hallmarks of a Joe Brady offense anyway. And he said this when he first became the OC here.
Yeah.
He likes to play in a system where all of the receivers know all of the positions and you can just move around. They can all run each other's routes no matter what.
Oh, we got another one though. But this one I'm not going to do it because I'm slightly intimidated. The Bills Mafia hitman. I'm not giving you disclosure.
No,
nope. You can come if you want, or you can. No disclosure. That's intimidating.
Listen, when you are the Godfather, you can put the notification out there no matter what, and not be afraid.
I'm afraid, so you got it, Godfather.
Keep in mind, I got the 2 big bouncers that's covering the door right now.
And I ain't one of them. So
yes. here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. Where is he? Bills Mafia Hitman. You are now part of the PPP family. You stepped into the chat. You did it to yourself. We didn't do it to you. You chose this. So as soon as you came into this room, both of the doors closed behind you, and 2 big old bouncers bigger than my 6'6", 290-pound co-host here stepped in front of those doors. You might be a hitman, but now you are hitman. How about that? Right?
If you'll have us.
God Pappy PPP over here just put his arms around you and kissed you on both cheeks. Welcome to the family, my brother. You ain't getting out no more.
Get a Jason Voorhees mask. Yo, he's yeah.
We're going to turn him loose on everybody else.
Yeah. Wide receivers get 3 years. Oh, yeah. Simpson. No. We're not on. I'm not. You're not either. We're not. He said that'll work.
Hey, there you go.
Only if you approve. But no, yeah, you know how we get on this show. We're, for the most part, we don't want Keon Coleman out of here. We're not ousting him already.
Correct.
So you're with familiar folk right now. Steve, let's see what Steve said. This is going. Yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
This is gonna be interesting right here. Any other team that would value Bills players as much as Bean is both a revelation or exposure of the quality of GM Bean is. I was taking a chance there. I was going to take a shot. Tommy, I didn't know what that was, and I was going to take a shot.
I do have to say this. I looking at the entirety of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of the game feeling like the players that we have on defense have finally been set free. Right? I'm not there yet with the entirety of the offense,
mm-hmm.
but I like what I'm seeing out of how Shakir's being used. And I'm also really liking what I'm seeing out of Keon Coleman from the standpoint of his on-field awareness.
He goes down in the annals of time as the first ever touchdown in the new Highway Stadium. Yay!
Correct.
You can't take that away from him, baby. You can't do it. Keon Coleman in the record books.
Okay. You good? You got that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just playing.
Can't go. No, I'm joking.
All right.
He's all right. Enough. Silence.
I got to give it to him.
I can't take no more.
So one thing was very clear on the field for Keon Coleman to me. He looked very comfortable on the field, regardless of what he was being asked to do,
mm-hmm.
right? Running the crosser, the way that he snatched the ball out of the air like that, just almost knowing he was going to get hit, but the body language with which he made the play was just like it didn't look like he was focused on doing it. It just looked like it came naturally to him, like he was comfortable, like he was fully aware of the situation, knew he was going to get hit, held on to the ball. It was a good hard hit.
Yeah.
The other point of awareness that I saw that really piqued my interest was his awareness on the touchdown play, because he didn't fumble around and try to, figure out where to go in that play. He immediately turned around and knew where there was open field and got to a good spot to get the play to, directed to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a much higher level of awareness than he had on the field, even last year when he made a similar play in the Ravens game in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing the comfort level, seeing the awareness level being heightened and being at a place where it seems like the game is now slowed down for him and he doesn't need to think so much being out there. I'm developing much more confidence in Keon Coleman than I even had before, in being optimistic about a year 3 boom for him.
Yeah, I put in the Discord, would you take the Mack Hollins season from Keon Coleman? And after I wrote it and J-Ham responded, I realized I wasn't really talking about statistically, but I was just talking about more so, Mack Hollins always found himself in like big situations, like a first down that we needed, or, a big block, or, a hype man, or somebody that brought the juice. And I think for me, Mack only had like 31 catches for 378 yards, but he led us in touchdowns with 5 touchdowns. I take that from Keon.
Mm-hmm.
If Keon only had 31 receptions and he had 378 yards, that's actually not too bad if most of them are first down. Because you remember, Mack Hollins, most of his catches were first downs. But I don't want that to be it from him. But I'm saying, like, if you take what everybody said about him the last 2 years in terms of he's a goof, he's a clown, he can't play, he's this, that, and third. And mind you, I'm putting myself on the fryer too. When we picked him, I said, "Are you serious? Why?" So I'm not two-faced in the sense. I'm two-faced in the sense that he's a Bill now. He's going to be on our team. So why not try to figure out how to make this work?
Right.
Why not have to try to figure out how he can be better or what he's doing great? And when we talked about him his rookie year, what did I always say about him? I said, they're messing up because he's the safety valve. He's the guy that Josh, when the play breaks down, Keon gets to that open spot. Like, if he did nothing else good, it was always him trailing. If it wasn't Khalil Shakir, it was Keon somewhere. So I think what we saw on Saturday was a culmination of what I was saying when I said the play broke down. Where's zero? Because he might be in open space because he knows how to basketball freelance. You know, like 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭, he said what they say about 𝐾𝐭, that he's not really a freelancer. He's more of a play, you know, runs the route that was given to him. When plays break down, go somewhere else. But when you talk about Keon Coleman's and obviously 𝐸𝐭, which became Josh Allen's go-to when the play broke down, I think now you have two guys you can look for. I'm out of the pocket. Play broke down. We're off script. Where's 10? He's not open. Where's 0? There it is. Bing. You know, a good play. And obviously DJ Moore is going to be, you know, the focal point of our offense and their defenses every week. So, you know, I think the more options you put on the field, which would be Shakir and Coleman, the better.
Roy has a correction for you. He says Tyler Bass goes down as the guy who scored the first ever points in the new stadium. Where's the love?
I said touchdown, Roy. Wrong. But no, you're right.
Tyler Bass's love went wide right with that field goal that he missed in the game.
Here we go.
That's where I listen. Laura was with me on this. Laura was with me on this. I stand firm. You are an NFL kicker. Period. If it's anything inside 50 yards, it's supposed to be automatic. You got guys kicking 68, 69-yard field goals now like it ain't nothing.
I mean, last year, like I said, 76% from 40 and back. So people miss. That's how I look at it. People miss.
Wait. You saying that number as like overall amongst all kickers?
All kickers last year in the NFL. 76%.
Right. But that's inside 50?
Yeah, 40 to 50.
That's just a bad state of kickers.
Which we have one. Who made a 46-yarder right down the middle.
You gotta be better than that. You gotta how hard is it to find the
I can't kick the ball at the ground. I can't speak on this. When I kick it, it goes right across the turf.
How hard is it to find the Boswells of the world, the Aubreys of the world, the Tyler Loops of the world? Like how it's not the Evan McPhersons of the world. Like he had a down year, but he's been
Keep naming us for my fantasy team. Go ahead. Keep going.
Nope. Nope. Not helping you with that. But real quick, 𝐬𝐻AM likes to check me from time to time in our Discord chat. No, I did not say trade him because he stinks. I said trade him because you're not going to use him correctly the way that he needs to be used. And a week after I said that, the Bills elevated him to the starter position on the depth chart. So I know they weren't listening to me, even though sometimes I think they do. But
hate mail comes here.
Right. You see what happens when they put him in a position to be out there on the field and make some plays. He goes out there and he does it. Steve says, what the hell can you analyze about the Bills players playing against Carolina?
I agree.
It's a full roster of different level athletes. It's not iron sharpening iron, like cheap plastic versus expensive plastic.
I didn't say I agree with the first statement.
Too late. You said
I know. I agree. Oh, no, there's more.
Somebody clip that.
There's more.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. Nope. That's it. It's over. I will say this. The Panthers last year, again, were the number 2 defense in the NFL. They were a very good defense, and then they added Jalen Phillips this year. So it's not like they were a bad defense. The safety they have, Trey Morig, a very, very good up-and-coming safety. I think he just got a 3-year extension on his deal. The corner they have, Mike Jackson, another very underrated corner. The other corner they have, J.C. Horn. Of JC, yeah, I said JC Horn. JC Horn, a very good young corner they just drafted a couple of years ago. They have some guys on this team that can play on top of the boy Brown they got on the defensive line. So let's not pretend that this Panthers team is just trash. They had a defense last year. What they didn't have was, an offense that people could look at and be like, oh, I'm worried. Now, they do have some good receivers. I like Jalen Coker. I like Ted McMillan. And I mean, that's about it. I'm not really a fan of Chuba Hubbard. I'm interested to see what the young boy they drafted with knee issues got. But again, I don't want to pretend like this was just no team in the NFL is just all trash. Maybe the Dolphins might be the closest thing to that, like in a while, but I don't want to pull respect from that game as we just can't judge nothing by it. Like, again, I'm judging my offensive lineman on that game 100%. You should have been able to go out there and dominate.
Oh God,
Mike Jackson is way better than Benford. Did he play? Yeah, no.
Can't win.
Okay, all right. I'm look. Any conversation with Benford to me lands on I'm very worried about him fitting this system. I still am.
Okay, so we'll go. Wait, let me address this here, and then because I had a couple no. Okay,
we got 24 minutes.
I do. I gotta eat. Keon, for all his problems, said actually you've been a reliable red zone wide receiver and don't get enough credit. Same has been true for going for 2 points. When they were in, when right before he caught the touchdown, I said to myself, and I didn't have enough time to text it. I said, "This is Keon's play." As soon as I said, "This is Keon's play right here," and I couldn't believe it that they actually found him and threw it to him. I was like, "Wow," because this is where he's gonna make his money. This is where he lives. And I said, "Yep, keep doing it. Keep doing that. That's exactly what I want to see." Keon's our red zone threat. When it comes to moving the chains, he's on the bench for Pusha P.
That's it. I'll take it.
Let's see. Bills Mafia. Can DJ be better than Diggs? I mean, different offense. I don't know. If you're talking about stat wise, I don't think so.
It's going to be tough, but I think he can. Like it's different asking me, do I think he will? And I think answering the will he versus the can he depends on the competition he's going against. And this season is going to be way tougher than anything Diggs has faced as a Buffalo Bill. So can he do it? Yes. Will he? I don't think he will. And the other part of that too is there's more weapons on this team that are closer to the talent level of DJ Moore than there were when Diggs was here. Right? The relative talent pool around Stephon Diggs was not nearly as high floor as it is now. It may not be, high ceiling, but it's not low floor either, right? Yeah. So that would be my answer on that one.
I think a lot of it too has to deal with the fact that we're coming into a new Joe Brady offense altogether. So DJ Moore walking into this offense is magnified by the fact nobody knows what everybody else is doing either. They don't know what to expect from it. Stephon Diggs came into a Brian Daboll offense that was already in place, and he was tasked with making it better. When everybody knew what it was supposed to look like, he came in there and made it look like it was supposed to look. So I think that's the difference between DJ Moore and Stephon Diggs. DJ Moore, I know enough about him. I know that he's a good wide receiver. I know he's a number one. Where on the number one pecking order that's debatable, but when you look at the plays that he made on Saturday, especially the long boy where he wanted the guy to go head up with him. The crossing route, which we never really saw, was wide open.
Did you see how they set that up?
No, but see that I'm glad you're going to say this because what you just said is my point. They set it up, and you could see it. Whereas last year we had to sit there like nobody's open. But it's the same guys, but now everybody's open. Yeah, because you set it up. Now explain, because I really didn't see the setup for it.
Yeah, so they set it up as a stretch a stretch fake bootleg, right? So the fake stretch was out to the right, and you could see DJ Moore immediately when the ball was snapped. He jumped out and put his hand out like he was trying to get the edge and set up the edge for the running back, right? Soon as he puts his arm out like that, the linebacker is backing off to stay away from the block, and immediately DJ Moore just cuts right over the middle. That's how he got so open because the rest of the defense was expecting the run. And then as soon as they see Josh Allen pull, it's way too late. Yeah. Everybody's already committed to the stretch play, and DJ Moore's wide open. Yeah. Right? And I think the significance of that, though, speaks to what we'll be able to do against defenses like the Texans that are all downhill. Like they attack, the Denver Broncos attack. Defenses like the ones we have are going to be susceptible to plays like that maybe 2 to 3 times a game. I wouldn't try to do it any more than that. And I really would not do it earlier than the second quarter. Because you want to set that kind of stuff up. But they did that a couple of times. That's one of the things I think I enjoyed so much about the preseason game in general was you could see the scheming come about. And a lot of it was, basic. Some of the, like there was a twist play on that the defensive line did that I thought was really nice. But all of that stuff was effective. It was very effective. But it was effective because they took the time to set that stuff up properly. Not throw it in there because the rest of the game plan that Sean McDermott approved was very, bland. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go to do a trick play like that, it's not working because you didn't take the time to set it up because you aren't calling the plays to set it up. They ran like 3 stretches before that fake. So when you see DJ Moore jump out and then tuck back in and jet, nobody's literally nobody was in coverage.
And the thing about this is what I like about that play, because I could see, and this is not to diminish DJ Moore, but I could see that's a Skylar Bell play.
Yes,
that's a Skylar Bell.
Any receiver can run that.
Yeah, that's his play. See, everybody's talking about he has no. I know he can't. Because they didn't ask him to at UConn. Everything you watched him do, he caught the ball and ran. Like it was never a deep ball he caught for a score. He was always going for. It was a short play. He made a play and took it long. And I saw this firsthand. It was slants. It was crossers. It was all these short plays that are early developing. And that's where he's going to flourish. If you're looking for a guy that's going to win you deep, it's not him. It ain't never going to be him, I don't think. Unless he got Jameis Winston and needs some contacts or something. But yeah, I mean, when I watch him, like, I can see where was 13 Skylar Bell now plays, when DJ Moore needs a spell or whatever, and we don't lose a step because Skylar Bell is fast. He's shifty, and that's what I'm looking for out of a wide receiver. See, I was tired of these tall, slowish, burly, what do you call it? Slow developed, slow developing speed guys that I was tired of that. Like the Gabe Davis and those guys that can't come and said they'll get there. We talked about when Mac talked about the gauntlet drill in the combine. He said 22 miles an hour, but on the field it takes time to get there. Right. So it's like, all right, now we got somebody that can get there, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be across the field, and once you get that ball to him, that's how Tyreek Hill was winning there too. Yeah. I'm not saying Skylar Bell is tight. That's not what I'm saying. That's career suicide if I said that. But what I'm saying is, if you have any kind of speed with a crosser, when you have people that they respect on the outside, game over. Game over.
That's it.
And go ahead.
No,
go.
Yeah, so I mean, just to cap it off for me, because we're running shorter on time here. I think overall, I felt very good about this game from a standpoint of confidence that the coaches are going to scheme things up. Maybe not the right way every time, but they're going to be creative. There's going to be some wrinkles and some things that they do where they catch offenses and defenses off guard. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what that looks like in high leverage situations. I think week 1 is going to be the best test for this team and these coaches. And what I'm hoping that we continue to see in preseason is just a continuance of what we saw. Just build on this performance. Don't turn around next week and stick up with, completely different things. You know what I'm saying? Just establish an identity. You know what I mean? And I think what also goes into that too is these are opportunities for you to practice and prepare for week 1 too, because everything that you did offensively with our starters in there, you did it against a top 10 defense from last year. And you did it against a top 10 defense that added pieces like Jalen Phillips this year. Right? So even though they gave up what, 4 sacks in this game? No, more than that.
Yeah, we sacked them 4 times.
Yeah, but we gave up what, 2? Josh Allen
3?
got sacked twice.
I think 3. Maybe
3?
4. Yeah,
okay.
4 at most.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Let me just see how many sacks did they get. They got 1, 2, 3 sacks total.
Yeah.
So yeah,
3.
Yeah. So Josh Allen had 2 of those, and somebody else got 1. Okay. So I'm saying all that to say, I would consider these preseason games the preparation for week 1, because there's not going to be an opportunity to in that that bye week, so to speak, leading up to Houston. There's not going to be anything that they can do in that practice against each other that's going to allow them to exercise the scheme and exercise the player's ability to execute off script situations like the Keon Coleman touchdown. That stuff matters, and being able to execute that stuff against what's regarded in the NFL as a good defense right now is important. So while we're not trying to get too high or too low, what we saw in this game, the things that you can pull from it that are objective and that can be extrapolated from a rationality standpoint are valid. They're good. And we should be excited about that. We should look forward to the next couple of weeks to seeing if they build upon those things. I just would not be, we're gonna, win 15 games or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's still too early for that, but definitely promising there.
And to Roy's point, Roy says Skylar Bill's average depth of target for 2025 in college is over 8 yards. That's cool, but in college, that's not a lot. And you figure depth of target doesn't account for catches. That just accounts for how far you are when they threw the ball. If you look at his average depth of target on deep passes in 2025, his average depth of target was 22.7 yards. He only caught a quarter of the passes, so he caught 6 of them, 6 out of 20, whatever it was, 25. So in actuality, they threw him the ball deep 25 times, but he only caught 6 of them. So I mean, the average depth of target that's cool, but what's his average depth of reception? Those are the numbers we got to look at, because that brings it down a lot.
Yeah.
So like I said, by no means is he a deep threat like somebody else said. He's a yak monster. That's what he is. He's a yak guy, like we just talked about. Somebody say, "Yay, Tommy got us to 40 likes."
Thank you, Tommy.
But yeah, when you're going back to the game though, because you're cutting us off at 7:30, which is cool. Defensively, I had ups and downs. I had IGB. I looked at IGB, and you know how I feel about IGB. IGB wasn't bad, but this is the thing. Did you notice that he ran more zone than man?
I don't think I was looking for that.
Yeah, he was in more zone than man. So
interesting.
When he was in man, the one play that was incomplete to Leggett, he was lost as soon as the ball was snapped. He reached out, Leggett wasn't there. Then he turned his back to the ball and like he's face guarding, and the ball just I'm like, no. And then there was another play where the first thing he did off the snap was reach out, try to grab the guy, like immediately try to grab him. Like, no, don't do that. So was Keys and Airmen believing in Bean Island? Hell no. Anyway, and Tommy's gonna take a leg away just like that. But Tommy's like, I tried to merit. But yeah, no, the IGB was to me, and this is no joke. This is no tongue in cheek for somebody out there. But I think for me in a zone scheme, he actually might be better. And he actually might be a ceiling of Benford to me, so because I see a lot of he's going to dissect plays when they're in front of him, as opposed to how you talk about, man play. You got to be able to do it when you're not seeing the ball at all times. And I think for him, his best days ahead are thumbs down. I know.
I want to give you the benefit of the doubt here real quick.
Go ahead.
Are you saying his zone capability is the ceiling of Benford, or him as a corner, the ceiling?
No, zone. I'm talking in a zone scheme. I think he could play. If we're talking about him, like if it was a starting defense today and him and Benford were on the field, I'd be okay in a zone setting, is what I'm saying. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's what I don't see. This is where we're going to disagree. I don't know yet if he's Benford in terms of all around. I don't know if I see it yet.
Well, every time that you make the comparison, I'm assuming you're saying IGB is not a good corner.
I think I said that on draft day. What? What? And I didn't say Benford isn't, but I know. But you tried to get me there.
I did.
So for me on the defense, I liked what I saw from IGB in zone. I liked it. I felt comfortable. More comfortable than I thought I was going to be watching him on the field. Also, Landon Jackson. We talked about that earlier. I think Landon Jackson was a pleasant surprise as long as his knees hold up. I think he can start over TJ Sanders. Jordan Hancock. We talked about that already. Jordan Hancock. He looked like a vet. Two tackles for loss. He was around. He was always around. It's like 37 is somewhere to be seen. So got that. I'm just giving the cliff notes now. Dwayne Carter wasn't a tire fire, so he's not up or down. I just noticed him. As I said earlier, he absorbed double teams.
Laura was saying that you became a Dwayne Carter
stan. She's been extra. I said one thing and she said that.
I don't have friends that are Dwayne Carter stands.
I'm like, you said a little too much. I don't know, but you said a little much.
She was trying to set you up bad, bro.
She did. I said, I didn't say that, but anyway. I was like, well, maybe if I'm the only one that actually gives me credit, maybe I am, but
that's all you need.
Guess so.
The second you say something positive about somebody, oh, you love him, kissing his butt.
Whoa, wait, I didn't do that. No. Let's see. Who else we have?
We got to do the Dookie Juice Award too.
Okay. TJ Parker. Not an arrow up, not an arrow down. But TJ Parker to me was a bull rush guy. Samthon's he's gonna unsubscribe to us now. But I didn't see a lot out of him if he didn't get past his bull rush.
Yep.
You know, the thing too, what messed him up was he was lined up across from Javon Solomon. If you see the get off of the two,
it's way
night and day.
Yeah.
Now Solomon, to his credit, he has to work on getting the offensive tackle's hands off of him. So he got in there and then the tackle just hugged him, basically. And Solomon's like, I'm done. But I mean, the get off was night and day. And Parker, to me, like I said before, if you didn't have a Rousseau, you don't have a Bradley Chubb. Okay, cool. Yeah. But then you look at our Mason Thomas, you look at Cassius Howell and what they did. They didn't do much in the run game, but they were off the ball.
Yeah,
they were off the ball. Cassius Howell with the spin move for a would-be sack. So I think TJ Parker doesn't have an arrow up, arrow down because he wasn't bad, but he wasn't like that player I needed on defense to take this thing from good to great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think TJ Parker stays, as advertised in my mind. He's gonna need the year to develop his skill set in terms of his moves. Because right now all he's got is that one punch.
Right.
You know what I mean? That straight arm punch, and you can see going against a good young tackle like the Panthers drafted, like that's tough.
Yeah.
If he gets his hands on you, that's not going to work because he's got your pads in his hands. Where's he going to get pushed to?
Right.
You know what I mean? If you push him anywhere, he's taking you with him anyway.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to need to work out some better transitions to different moves and stuff. But I think once he gets that under his belt, he's going to be pretty good. He's going to be pretty good.
I think it'll be pretty good. I just, like I said, it's just a skill set I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because even Samson said he said, think about it. Parker is Chubb 2.0. That's cool, but I still got 15 over there.
Yeah.
And I need Chubb 2.0 to supplant 15.
Right.
And I need Solomon. How you say when Solomon's 2.0, but you want the upgraded version of him.
Yeah.
To be on the other side. And that's kind of where I was going with the construct as defense.
Did you see his rip move that he did? TJ Parker's rip move. Yeah. So that to me was another clear indicator. Like you just need a bigger repertoire. Yeah. Like if your first move doesn't work, you have no answers.
He had no answer.
Yeah.
He tried to rip, and by the time he got to the rip, the play was over there. And
right. Well, that's so. I think it was. Forgot who was next to him. Who was the defensive tackle next to him when he, because the defensive tackle ripped and then he ripped.
I didn't catch who was next to him, but now I got to watch the game more than once next time.
Okay. I only watched it twice, so I got
to do better. Well, like I said, this weekend my head was so it wasn't happening. Go ahead.
You ready to do it?
Well, I was gonna get to Deion Walker because Jay Ham was gonna have a fit if we didn't. I mean, what do we need to say? He was as advertised.
Definitely was advertised.
Let me ask you this, Jay Ham. What did Joe Marino say?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
No, I want to know because Joe Marino said he wasn't worth scouting when he was at Kentucky.
He did say that.
That's why I want to see. What did you say?
Well, he retracted everything he said about James Cook when he got the deal too.
I'm never gonna forget. Do I respect Joe Marino? Yes. But that take, never gonna forget when he turns out to be that much different than what you expected.
Yeah, it's a great point. That's a great point. I would say this too. There were a couple of points. Oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't want to lose it.
Don't lose it.
I don't want to lose it. What am I thinking about? It was something along the offensive line. It was something along the oh yeah, that's what it was. So the way that Deion Walker played, it was like he was free to just attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he needs to be in a position to do. You need to give him the freedom to just slip right past guys and get, because there was a run play that he screwed up completely by just slipping right by the blocker and getting into the backfield.
Yeah.
What I get nervous about, and this is more of a Dwayne Carter point and Ed Oliver point than not, is I don't yet know the difference between being capable of playing the one and being forced to play the one based on how the offensive line decides to block. And here's the kicker with that. The offensive line and opponents at some point in the season are going to see, we got to get two guys on Deion Walker, right? And then what? Because if you put Deion Walker out there with Dwayne Carter and you expect Deion to be your attack guy and he's getting double teamed, what's Dwayne Carter going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I need to see a bit more from Dwayne Carter before I just say what we saw in terms of him being capable of taking on the double team is going to be a continuous thing, or if that was solely because everybody else was being allowed to just get loose based on the blocking scheme of the offensive line they were going
100%. Yeah, I think I saw the Dwayne Carter when he was in the 1T with one-on-one. He actually did have a couple moves he was trying to utilize to get to the quarterback, which I thought was cool. But Deion Walker was more so not even a nose. So you more so was it, and I put in my notes, he's perfect for a 2-down front. And that's where they ran him. He was a 2-eye. So in actuality, he really wasn't a nose, and he was getting penetration based on what the 2-eye's responsibility is. And that's what I was telling people, he's not going to be a nose. He's not going to be this. And there's a construct. Now you see the game is still a 40 front because they had Rousseau on the line. They had Sub on the line. They had the linebacker, but then you have the 2-down linemen playing the 2 and sometimes the 1-eye, or the 1T and the 2-eye. So he was still allowed to do what he wanted to do. He was still allowed to not play head up on the center and just like absorb blocks. But at the same time, he was close enough where he demanded a double team. And if you can get anything out of Dwayne Carter, like you said, that dispels an opening for Rousseau and Chubb and Parker and Solomon when they want to get in there and wreak some havoc too. So I think those two guys, anything you get outside of penetration is a plus, and they allow for the outside guys, the other 3 or 4 to make the play on a quarterback.
All right, we got to do the Dookie Juice Award really quick.
All right, so if you don't want to, you can like the show, flip off. I understand.
No, the Dookie Juice Award is where we just name the worst performance of the game. That's all it is.
I just know some people that don't like the name, so I'm like,
who doesn't like the name?
Yeah, older clientele, like, but
Roy, come on, Roy. You're the oldest of all of us, so that's why I'm going at you. All right, do you want to hand me the award? It's right on the bottom card, the bottom of the card there on the backside. Play some. All right. Here is our Dookie Juice Award going to, as you can see, there's a Dookie in there. And then we got the little guy with the little, award on his chest. So the Dookie Juice Award goes to Happy Poop. Yeah, thank you for the jewels, man. Appreciate that. The Dookie Juice Award goes to Spencer Brown for this game. And I know everybody was thinking that it was going to be Deion Dawkins, but to me, there's a big difference between not paying attention and just getting beat. If you're out there and you're trying and you're just getting beat, that's very different from giving up a sack to a guy that you thought you had down, and you turned your head and took your eye off of your opponent and allowed him to get at your quarterback in a preseason game where you were good enough to not allow anything, and you have been good enough to not allow anything. And that's my expectation. You are the best tackle on the team. You cannot afford to make plays like that. I don't care what happens before the snap or after the snap or whatever the case is. During the snap, while the play is live, you don't take your eye off your guy, period. Mm-hmm. He could have been on his opponent could have been on the ground with pretending like he had a back spasm or something like that. You better sandwich that dude. You better hop right on him and sit there. Something. But don't give up that play like that. And then the other, like, there was one other play where it just looked like he just didn't, like, his mind wasn't in it. I don't know what it was about that game. I did not like what I saw out of the body language of Spencer Brown. He did not look like his head was in the game. So, Dookie Juice Award.
They are who we. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
That's what it is. You got to take that, be better in the next preseason game, and hopefully this serves as inspiration to never get the Dookie Juice Award again.
Well, somebody said that the starters aren't playing this week, so I mean,
you know, have to earn it week one then.
Well, what it was is I'm sure it was Joe Brady saying, "Yeah, we want to allow them to be them, but Josh is going to get himself killed, so we're not going to play anybody." Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is.
All right.
So sure. That scares me. But at any rate, since you're cutting me off, I think we need to cut ourselves off the proper way and not the impromptu way. Okay. We're not going to do this where we need high mic, high tech. Okay. Because we have our working equipment.
Yes. Everything's been great so
far. All
the
peripherals are in effect. Everything is doing what it's supposed to do. We're not losing any viewers behind freezing, behind black screens, behind no working mics. Is this thing on?
We've experienced all of the above, by the way.
They called us a 𝐾𝐨 podcast. Not anymore. Why? Because of...
Well, that's Reese T.
I know. High mic, high tech. It went up as soon as I pointed. My bad. High mic, high tech is responsible for bringing back all of your old appliances, all of your old equipment that you said, I don't want to get rid of it, but it's never going to work again. Give high mic, high tech a shot. This guy works wonders with all electronic gizmos and doodads. Give him a call. Get a consultation, and he'll tell you if anything can be done for your equipment. Description is in the link below.
The link is in the description below.
The link is in the description of the link that's down there. Also, I would have had that nailed had I had that Reese T. Why? Let me tell you. On Saturday and Sunday, my head was doing things it shouldn't have done before. Had I had that Reese T, the electrolytes, the water, the black sugar, all the goodness extracts that's involved in this Reese T. I needed them. I needed them bad. Now you ask yourself, Key, why didn't you go to the Delta Sonic and get yourself some of the good stuff? Because I wasn't thinking. My head was hurting. I needed it to stop. I asked for aspirin. I asked for ibuprofen. Nobody had anything. I should have said, you know what? Try Reese T. So if you have any issues, if you're thirsty and you want an ice cold beverage to make your day better than it was, get yourself some Reese T. Let them know who sent you. Post Podium Podcast. Us. Now, the link is in the description below. The description of the link, which is the description down there.
All right, we got to jump out the window. That means it's time for the music. I have 90 seconds to get out of here, and that starts right now. All right. Thank you to everybody that tuned in, all 280 some odd viewers that we have here. I love the fact that we got like a bunch of laughing faces and stuff like that, along with the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us as long as you have, whether you left us and stuck around for half an hour or you stuck with us the whole 2 hours. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, make that thing so that you can get notified every single time we drop new content. And I promise you, this season, there's going to be a lot of it. So stay tuned for that. It's coming. If you are interested in entering into our membership program that gives you access to our Discord chat and a bunch of other different perks, make sure you do that. All you got to do is go to our YouTube channel. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. That takes you to our homepage. You hit the join button, and that gets you a free month of membership where you can just kind of come in, walk around, see how we do things, and hang out with us. So make sure you do that. If you are interested in joining or supporting our team in any different ways, make sure you hit us up. Our email is in the description of this video. We are looking for whoever's willing to help. We got a bunch of different things that we're looking to do to expand the content and grow the channel. You can be a part of that. We would love that. Other than that, this has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the All Truth No Sodium takes. I have been your co-host, 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐸.
And Roy, no, he only fixed electronic X's, and that's not what we're talking about. 40 keys. See you later.
Yeah, have a great night. Peace. I gotta stop that. Boom.